Hey, everybody, happy Monday. Nothing like having a late awards show the day we have daylight savings time starting. Welcome back, Crockett.
Thank you.
And you also went on a trip. You had like a buffer day or two, right? When you returned from Disney?
Yes,
That was
which
smart.
was much needed. Yeah, it was great. We had a really great time. Kids had a blast. It was a lot. We jammed a lot into 2 days at the
2
parks.
days. You
So
can't even go to all the parks in 2 days. Which parks
no.
did you
So
go
we
to?
did Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Magic Kingdom
In 2 days.
in 2 days. Yeah, and stretched those days 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. So
Any meltdowns? Because I have to imagine the kids probably needed naps.
there, shockingly, no. Liam, who on more than one occasion was like, "All right, well, we'll just push the stroller for a little bit because we're going over to here." He's absolutely going to fall asleep by then, and then he'd pull the stroller thing back and be like,
Sensory overload.
he-
I did see your oldest was also in that double stroller,
"Yes,
which I guess was smart because it gets tiring after a while. But you must have been tired. You probably wanted to go in the stroller yourself after 9 o'clock.
yes." I had on more than one occasion the thought of just like how nice it would be to have someone push me around.
Yeah.
Um,
And she's how old now?
she'll be 7 in 2 weeks.
And she had no problem getting in the stroller.
No,
She wasn't too big even to get in the stroller?
no, this thing was a
Wow.
tank, and it didn't matter because Daddy was pushing it, right?
Did you rent that there?
Yeah. So we
Okay,
had
that's smart.
the kids in the strollers, and then the book bag that you'd bring in there, which of course was very light. Um, so yeah, and the first day we were there, the wheel on the stroller was squeaking. So like as we were walking by, people would be like, "Oh, I didn't know you could order a stroller with a whistle," and I'd be like, "Ha ha ha! I'll throw you in the river, sir." Um, so the second day, I just sprayed it with a bunch of sunscreen, and that worked. I was like, "We can't. This is torture. We can't do this to ourselves again." I don't care if they charge us for that. We can't. I can't do it. And it
This
worked.
is Dad MacGyver, everybody. Yeah. Dad MacGyver. It's nothing that little sunscreen spray won't
I wouldn't
solve.
say a little. It was quite a bit of sunscreen, but it worked.
Did
the trick.
Way to lubricate. I'm not buying WD-40. Sunscreen will have to do.
Yeah, you can't travel with WD-40, right? So where else was I going to get it?
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So, but yeah, had a great time. Jammed a lot into those couple of days and had a great time.
Good. And then we had to change the clocks and watch, which felt like the Oscars were longer than they were in the past because I think they brought back all of the categories to last night's show. Because they actually didn't show all of them last year. It moved a lot quicker.
And the musical performances, I feel like they would previously do like just kind of little quips and then like 1 or 2 performances. Like it would be like, "Hey, here's 7 songs. 5 of them would just get like a, and then there would be 2 major performers. But no, they all got to, they all got to sing their thing last night. So
yeah,
I thought it was a good show.
I watched most of it. I fell asleep, unfortunately. And I was looking forward to it. I'm like, "Oh, Rihanna's going to sing." And I fell asleep. I don't know how I slept through it, but I needed the rest. Was it good? I taped it. Yeah. So, but my husband, and I warn everyone, I said, "I'm watching the Oscars tonight." I warn them like 2 days ahead. I'm like, "I'm letting you know Sunday, I'm watching the Oscars. Be prepared." Because they always want to do something else. And I always hear a bunch of grief from my husband. "I hate these award shows. I hate He's the one that gets the most excited watching these shows. He's like, "I got to see that movie. Oh, I have that on the queue. I got to make sure to watch that movie," And Ke Huy Quan, when he won for his supporting actor for Everything Everywhere All at Once, he's like, "Yes, from Goonies."
So good.
You're going to love this.
So good. And when they said it, it was like, from Indiana Jones, The Goonies. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
What? And then his speech was so good.
How interesting was the so you heard this announcer, this female announcer, giving you little tidbits about the winners that would walk up, and there were things like he went to medical school and also business school. It says
Right.
nothing about anything else. It was like a director of one of the movies. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's fascinating. Okay.
Yeah. And then he won a Oscar for visual effects. What can't this guy do?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
music, I think music, and he went to medical school. I'm like, how did he get here? I
Yeah.
didn't hear that in the speech.
Yeah. That's one of the things I went through a stretch of time where I was one of those people who scoffed at award shows. But now I think one of the things I really enjoy doing is talking to people about what they do. I love talking to people who are really passionate about their jobs because you and I are both very passionate about ours. We really enjoy them. We're very lucky to be doing what we're doing. So I love people that just love what they're talking about. And then
Yeah.
award shows are the culmination of your career, like everything you've worked for. Probably a lot of those actors or actresses or directors started a lot of things that they could go back and delete if they could, but did it
Ye
so that they could just kind of get
and,
to this point.
last night was a lot of comeback. There were a lot of comebacks for, some of the actors and actresses. I mean,
Sure.
Jamie Lee Curtis, what an acceptance speech for a supporting actress in Everything Everywhere All at Once. He's like, "Mom, Dad," because I guess
Yeah.
they were also nominated
Yeah.
too, but she was one that won the Oscar. She's like, "I won." She's like, "Everyone here, everyone that's been in my life, you won an Oscar."
I've seen a lot of
Just
those movies, so I'll expect her to mail. I should get at least a day with it, I would think. Yeah, but Brendan Fraser, I mean,
yes.
yeah,
Encino Man.
yeah,
Oh my goodness. I believe if my memory serves me correct, I think Brendan Fraser and Ke Huy Quan were they both in Encino Man?
I can't. I
I
loved
think
Encino Man when I was little. I can't remember if
I think
Brendan
if my
Fraser
memory
obviously.
serves me correct, I think they were for
Yeah,
Pauly
actually,
Shore.
now that you mention it, I feel like there was a joke out
Yeah,
there
I think
somewhere that I
I
feel
think
like
it
I
was the
heard
2
that.
of them and Pauly Shore. Where's Pauly Shore now? Like, so,
Still plenty of
um,
time.
yeah. Yeah, it's true. Make a comeback. So
But
I
yeah,
was,
I just love that. You saw from Jamie Lee Curtis, who's done a ton of things, and just to have that, people get to
that was her
see
highlight.
your moment.
Halloween, her Halloween movies is what they mentioned as she was going up
Yeah,
to for her acceptance speech.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They didn't mention the yogurt. They didn't mention her her proactive yogurt.
Her probiotic yogurt.
Probiotic.
Yeah.
That's it. Probiotic. Oh man. That was
Maybe
good.
next year's Oscars. Ricky, good morning. Can you both say this day in history? Selena, 1, 2, 3. This
This
day
day
in
in
history.
history.
RL, good morning. Dave, good morning. Have a terrific day. Yes, they both were Selena in Encino Man. So there you go.
Yes. Yeah. So it was a good show. It's good to see them. I did notice like little things. You notice um Lady Gaga. She was all dolled up in the audience with the bright red lipstick. She wiped all that
Yeah,
makeup off to sing last night.
yeah,
Did you notice? I wanted to take a screenshot of it. There was one person in the audience, this gigantic ensemble that she was wearing. This gigantic white ensemble. I felt so bad for whoever was sitting behind her.
oh yeah,
Did you see it?
yeah.
Like they flashed to her so many times, and there were a few people that were like this. They were like trying to see around her because it was so gigantic.
That's how I
Um,
feel going to concerts. I'm always like, oh gosh, I hope the person behind me is tall, or someone's not there with
oh,
like their kid, because then I'm like,
yeah. Well, listen, don't be tall and wear an expanded cape. That's all we ask. That's
okay,
what this woman was wearing.
okay.
Not even sure who it was, but it definitely drew a lot of attention. These poor people like, I'm here and I can't see a thing.
Right, especially if you're nominated, you're like, "Oh my gosh," they, like, show
Gotta
your
get
face
around
and
this.
it's like,
Crazy, crazy. Yeah. So good night. Good night to be had. I'm definitely taking a nap later today because I
yes,
did not sleep enough.
and probably not even much later today, probably, like, after the show, I might be like, "These blankets look
Mm,
cozy."
mhm.
I did a lot
That's why
more
I'm on
work
my
on the studio this weekend, after we came back from vacation, so I skipped
wow,
naps
cheaper.
the last couple of days. putting
need
in
one.
baseboards and painting.
Ooh,
You can't see the other side of this wall, but this is all painted, so I'm gonna start my decor. Got my
wow, you worked
shelving
on
ordered.
your buffer day, on your day back?
Yeah,
Impressive.
yeah.
Impressive. All right. I just made me want to nap. I feel like you just I feel like I exerted my energy just listening to that. All right,
It's
everybody. We're
amazing
gonna have
how
your
much baseboards make a room look like a room.
It does. Baseboards are a big deal
I
unless you
put these in yesterday, and I was like, what?
I
what?
lived in a house that had, you see that? That's an industrial, that right there on the
Uh-huh.
floor. That vinyl.
Yeah.
I lived in a house that had that in the kitchen. Like that's such a cheap way to baseboards are like the thing. This is what the offices do. So they can do an easy
Yeah,
cleanup.
that's all. Yeah, that's the office kind of thing right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Baseboards can make or break
Yeah, they were.
the house. Nice job.
Thank you.
Yeah. Very good. All right. Well, we're gonna get going. We'll have your fuel up because you might need it, especially after
Yeah.
having to switch the clocks. Um, and don't follow people closely on the road either, because I hear like reaction time is a little slower today as people try to.
That's true. Yeah.
Mm, yeah,
Yeah. Give a little space.
little
Leave a
space.
little gap there.
You should do that every day, but still, especially today.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.